bloody wind.
Good for you.
No good for pipes.
Here's the cobwebs.
Blowing me back all over the place here.
Blame no stomach on me.
You shouldn't smoke it in the open.
It's dangerous.
You'll catch someone on fire.
Almost caught me on fire.
Yeah. Well, it'll be raining soon. It'll put you out, won't it? Anyway, it'll be open soon. We had a guy inside, have a smoking comfort. Beware of high winds, it says.
Oh.
Bloody hell. Feel it plucking at you.
I don't know about high winds. This one's all round my legs. It's plucking me all right. Just a sec. I don't want to lose this, see, because it's my best.
I wouldn't wear a hat, not out here.
It's where you need that, out here.
Where you can lose a hat out here.
Shut up. Come on.
It was never as cold as this in Wapping. Well, ever since I've moved here, I've never worn so many winter woolies. Ooh, ooh. And that's central heating, what we're supposed to
It'd
have.
be nice in the summer.
Well, I suppose it will be, but it's not much good now, is it? Stops before he gets to my room. The wind that blows through there.
Ooh.
It's all right for you, because there's two of you and you can cuddle up.
I prefer to be cold.
Mr. Garnett, I'm saying this is not the warmest of places.
Wasn't built to be warm, was it, my dear? None of these places, none of your resorts. None of your seaside resorts was built for the winter, was they? All these places was built for your summer.
Summers we've been getting, I shouldn't think it'd be very warm here then.
Yeah, but if you do get a really hot summer, in Lane, like, people come out to these places to cool off.
Oh, hot summer. You'd have to go back a few years to remember a hot summer.
76.
But we did have them.
76.
Oh, blimey. I remember hot summers when the tar used to melt on the roads. Your feet would get stuck in it. Blimey. People used to sit outside their houses all night long. Either that or lie tossing and turning in bed all bloody night. I remember hot summers when you could fry egg on the pavement.
Bacon and all in 76.
Let's go back a few years.
Yeah, 76.
So do these places, my dear. So do these places go back a few years. And as I said, when they was built, you didn't come here to get warm, you come to these places to cool off. Another thing, you see, all your ruling bodies of your British Empire, your British Rajas, your Mem Sahibs, they used to come here on leave from all your hot world countries to cool off. Then after a few years in Cairo, up your Khyber Pass, all covered in bleating flies. The blessed relief it was to have a bit of furlough down here on your channel resorts. Rule, Britannia, Britannia, rule. I mean, we ruled all them hot countries, but we didn't like living there. Take it from me. No bloody fun have a boiling hot sun beating down your back of your neck all day long.
We saw that in a film.
Here, that's strange.
What is? Not like in Coonshine.
Eh?
Coonshine. Your sun, that's what they call it. You see, in them days, anyone who was brown was the wrong colour. Well, they still are if they're too brown. You see, the only way in them days you could tell a real English gent was if he turned red in the sun. The last thing he wanted was to turn brown, because then people would say, hello, he's a peasant or a dustman, or he works on a building site, you see, and the mark of your real English gent, all his respect, comes from not working. I mean, none of your aristocracy didn't work, did they? They had people waiting on them hands and foot.
Like you expect me to do.
I wasn't talking about that, Mr. Garnett.
Eh?
No matter what you talk about, he never listens.
When I was saying it's strange, what I meant was, there's a sign over there, says no fishing from wooden deck. And yet that is where they all are fishing.
Yeah, but they ain't fishing, are they?
Well, if they're not fishing, what have they got all them rods and things for?
Look, see? He just caught one. That's a fish, isn't it?
Yes, but he ain't fishing, is he? What he's doing is angling. Fishing is when you catch fish to eat, you see, like what your trawlermen do. Catching fish to go with your chips. As fishing, see, whereas angling is when you catch fish to measure them, see? And stuff them. And put them in a glass case and stick them up on a wall.
It's cruel.
And if they're too little, like tiddlers, you sling them back in.
That's not cruel.
That's angling. So you get trophies and cups for that for angling. It's a sport like your golf. They have their own clubs, what they call their angling clubs, where they sit and have a drink and talk about all the different places they've angled in. See, what your trawlerman does when he's fishing, that's not a sport, is it? That's your job, isn't it? Another thing, you see, they don't have a fishing column in the newspapers, they have an angling correspondence column. I mean, none of your royals fish, do they? I mean, Her Majesty the Queen Mum, up in Balmoral, God bless her. She don't fish, does she? She angles.
Ain't got none of them what the butler saws here, have they?
You didn't used to look through them things, did you?
Yeah, only used to cost a penny. Ooh, I used to like them.
Wasn't for women to look through, was they?
Why ever not?
Oh, they was dirty, wasn't they?
No. You can see worse today on your telly than you could ever see on them.
Yeah, but women shouldn't watch that either on the telly. Not if it's dirty.
You do. Your eyes popping out of your head. Glued to it if there's anything dirty on the telly.
Well, I'm not a woman, am I? Anyway, I complain about it afterwards, don't I?
You don't turn it off, though, do you?
I shouldn't have to turn it off. I bought my television set and paid my licence fee to watch it, not to bloody turn it off.
Only the other night when they had that sex show on. They warned everybody, adults only, they said. You turned over specially to watch it.
Well, I'm adult, aren't I?
You're a hypocrite. You know when they had that nude show on, the National Theatre? He was on the phone inquiring about it, I heard him.
I wasn't ringing up about going to see it, was I? I was ringing up about complaining about it, wasn't I? Filth.
Well, what was they doing there?
He wouldn't know. Never went. Never been to the theatre in his life.
Mrs. Whitehouse said what they was doing. It was in all the papers, wasn't it? She was going to sue them over it, wasn't she?
She never went either, from what I can make out.
But what was they doing?
Of course, Mrs. Whitehouse didn't go and see it. Blimey, you couldn't expect a woman like Mrs. Whitehouse go and look at that sort of thing, could you? Wouldn't sully herself. Nor would I.
Lord Longford goes to places, looks at things like that. He's always going to places looking at things like that.
Yeah, but what was they doing?
But he don't stay in them. He only goes in them places to see what they're up to.
That's all anybody ever goes to them places for, to see what they're up to.
I mean, he don't enjoy himself in there. He just watches, and when he's seen what they're up to, he runs out and complains about them. That's their job, isn't it, him and Mrs. Whitehouse, to keep an eye on places like that and look and watch and see what's going on.
I thought you said Mrs. Whitehouse wouldn't go in one of them places.
No more she wouldn't. Make her sick, it would make that woman ill. She had to watch things like that. No. Your Lord Longford who goes in them places. And then he watches them, see? And then he goes out and he describes it all to Mrs. Whitehouse. That is why Mrs. Thatcher has given Mrs. Whitehouse her CBE. Well, she has to sit there for hours, that poor woman, listening to Lord Longford describing and all the luridest details, the filthiness and the perversions of what goes on in them places. Blimey, you ask me, that woman deserves more than a CBE. They ought to make her Majesty's Minister of Filth with her own special portfolio to clean up the whole country, not just the TV.
But, Mr. Garnett, what was they doing there at the National, where you wanted to go and see it? Naked.
Righto. Doing things.
To women.
Worse. To other men.
What? Pansy boys, was they?
Romans.
And they was doing it in the theatre. In front of everybody. On the stage. Cheeky devils.
Yeah, but I mean, complain about it. That woman, that Mrs. Whitehouse, complains about it all up in arms. Saying it's art. Ain't art, is it? Buggery, that's what it is.
Anyway, it's legal now.
Maybe legal, but it's not legal to do it in public, is it?
Well, they're doing it in a theatre, not in a lavatory.
I don't care where they was bloody well doing it.
Anyway, they're actors, aren't they?
Oh,
Most of the sex that you see today on your telly, film, stage, anything, it's all done by actors.
Listen.
I think they learn it to them in them drama colleges.
How to do it?
At the drop of a hat,
Look.
whenever it is needed,
Every night, I suppose, if you're in a play.
and matinees.
look.
I sometimes wish my Bert had been to drama school. Once a month, if I was lucky.
Once a year, someone I know.
Most of that was acted.
The one I'm talking about couldn't even act it properly.
Look, I am not talking about ordinary, decent, under-the-bed clothes in the dark, baby-making sex. What I'm talking about is your indecent, doing it because you like it sex. Pleasure sex. Men doing it with men, and women doing it with women, and dressing up in each other's clothes sex.
Mr. Garnett, is it still on? You know, at the National, what you wanted to see, hadn't come off yet.
No.
Where is your National Theatre?
Well, it's up on your South Bank, isn't it? The bloody great concrete barracks there.
Bank. Mrs. Whitehouse. She runs a club or something, doesn't she?
Well, association. Listeners and Viewers Association.
And I suppose if you joined, then it'd be your duty, wouldn't it, to go to all them places and watch, like your Lord Longford, and then report back to Mrs. Whitehouse all what you'd seen. Don't happen to know her address, do you? Never mind. It'll be in the yellow pages, I suppose. Can we sit down a minute? My feet are killing me.
There's a shelter up here.
Well, wait for me.
Can't she keep up, bloody short ass?
Wait. Ooh.
Come on.
I don't like being left alone. You hear such strange stories, women being attacked and raped.
You'll be all right.
No. What about them sex maniacs in the papers?
I don't live in places like Eastbourne.
Might come in for their holidays.
Well, I shouldn't think so. Not out of season. Too cold.
Come on.
I don't think I've ever seen so much water. Not before. Not all in the one place.
There's even more where that leads to.
More?
Ah. See, that's your English Channel, right? Go down there on your right-hand side. There's your Atlantic, see? Now go up the other way, up past Ramsgate. Becomes your North Sea. Keep on going, round the corner, right round, to Irish Sea, which is behind you. You can't see it from here. It's right up past your Liverpool, isn't it?
But that's not all our English Channel. Over on the other side, nearer to France, it becomes a French Channel.
That's where you're wrong. They're not allowed to call it that because it's ours, our English Channel.
What, in their side too?
Yeah.
So if they want to paddle...
They have to paddle in our English Channel. See, the only water that your froggies have got of their own is what is known as your Mediterranean. And they have to share that with the Hittites. And us. Because when it gets near to our British Gibraltar, it becomes our British Mediterranean, see? I mean, all these waters was ours once. When you're North Sea, that's ours. It's only north of us. It ain't north of anyone else, is it? Indian Ocean, that was ours when we owned India. Of course, when we give India back to the Indians, well, we thought, don't want all that water, so we left it with them. We can always have the use of it any time we want. Of course, I mean, your Germans, they have got the Scarpa flow.
Scarpa flows in Scotland.
These now, yeah. The Russians, they got their Red Sea.
Well, they would have, wouldn't they, being red?
But your Atlantic, your Pacific, they're ours, British. I mean, proof they're British names, aren't they?
It's a lot of water, though.
Comes in handy.
Andy?
Well, if you want to have a naval engagement on it.
Or paddle in it.
I don't want to bloody paddle in it.
Oh, well, it's too cold today. What's that smell?
Don't look at me. Bloody froggies, you can smell them from here. Come on.
Posh here, isn't it?
Well, it's your Queen's Hotel, isn't it?
Oh, hers, is it?
Her Majesty's.
Well, I mean, if she comes here for a visit, this is where she'd stay, isn't it? As I said, these places, they're watering holes for your royals, your aristocracy. I mean, they come to a place like this. You can't expect them to stay in a place that's rubbish, can you?
Will we be able to get in all right?
Oh, yeah, because she ain't in residence. A flag ain't flying. See, if Her Majesty Queen's in residence, they have to fly the royal standard from the flagstaff up there, announcing her presence to her subjects.
The Queen's Hotel.
Yeah. Of course, when Charlie takes over, that'll be the King's Hotel, won't it?
Yeah.
Rolls Royce.
No.
Can I help you, sir?
No, it's all right. Coming for a drink. Queen's Bar.
Aston Villa, is it?
No, it ain't. It's West Ham, you ignorant Scottish git. Shh. No wonder they ban them from Wembley, drunken pigs.
You've been here before?
Yes! Don't worry, follow me. Come on! Queen's Bar's through here.
Right.
Bloody nursemaid, you two. Come on.
Excuse me, sir, there's been a mistake. Only we come in the wrong place, you see. Any rate, nice to meet you. We're sorry.
God's truth. Come on, come on. Come on about shh. It says bloody service on here, doesn't it? Service. Ding, 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 bloody ding! God, bloody hell. Anybody home? Never mind about 2.5 million unemployed. I can't get one person to answer the bloody bell. Anybody home? Sharp!
You called, sir?
Where'd you come from, John?
Portugal.
I'm not surprised. Took you long enough to get here. Portugal, eh? It's where your port comes from, isn't it, John? They have to tread the grapes with their feet. That's it, John. Hope you wash your feet first.
What can I get for you, ladies and gentlemen?
Can I have a large gin and tonic, please, sir?
The same for me too, sir.
You don't call him, sir. He's supposed to call you, sir. Well, for me, John, I'll have one of your large, special Alpine draft beers. Hey, put in one of them jugs, will you, with a handle and a lid on top and all them native Alpinians with skis painted on the side of it.
Nice here, isn't it?
Nice people.
Not like Wapping, is it?
Be no point, would there? Building a place like this in Wapping. Now, hey, this what your Eastbourne Tories do for you? Unlike what your bloody Wapping Labour does for you.
Madame.
Oh, thank you.
Sir.
There we are, John. What's this, sunshine? 4p? I'll just give you a fiver.
And that's your change, Curly. Thank you, sir.
He was right, wasn't you? Not like Wapping, is it? It's not what your Wapping Labour does for you, is it? This is what your Eastbourne Tories does for you, isn't it?
Shut up!
What are you doing?
Bloody robbers. Bloody thieves. I'll give them a bloody fiver.
Yeah?
Bloody newspapers. Bloody bloody rubbish they print.
Well, you don't believe everything you read in them, do you?
No, Mr. Garnett. They all got their own different news, ain't they? That one you're reading, that Daily Mirror, that's got one lot of news. This one here, your Daily Express, that's got another lot of news, which is just the opposite. Your one, the Mirror, that says that Mrs. Thatcher's ruining the country, making everybody unemployed and bankrupting people, whereas this one, the Express, this says that she's doing all right. And making people unemployed and getting them bankrupt is good for our country.
There's no harm making people unemployed, is there? Most of them don't do any work when they are employed. And then, put them out of work, and they're too bloody idle that get off their bums, walk down the labour exchange and pick up the dole money. No, got to have it sent to them now. Bloody hell! There's no sugar in this. Hey, you won't put no sugar in this.
Surely there is something you can do for yourself.
Well, my Bert always used to say the trouble with us was that we didn't buy enough British. He said that in the olden days, we always used to buy British. We would not buy foreign. In them days, do you know that if it had foreign on it, or made in Japan, made in Germany, then we simply didn't used to buy it? He said that the Germans used to. He said they used to put poison paint on little children's toys, they did, so as to kill them off, like. So when they, you know, they next made war on us, we wouldn't have no young people, see, to put in our armies, like.
Trouble is about buying British, my dear. We don't make enough British for anyone to buy. That's the trouble. I mean, I'm all against your foreign rubbish coming into the country. Toys, cars, all people. See, where we went wrong was in the last war, wasn't it? Should have dropped a few more atom bombs on them Japs. And have wiped the grin off their faces. Might have sodded up the car trade for them and all. But, as the leader, as Margaret Thatcher said only the other day, if our British workers are too bloody lazy to compete with your foreign workers, then this country's bound to get flooded with your foreign goods.
And that's going to make even more unemployment, isn't it?
Seems that's all we're any good at these days, isn't it? Making unemployment.
Mrs. Thatcher's very good at it. Seems to be the only thing she is any good at.
No, you don't understand economics.
Don't I? Well, the way Mrs. Thatcher's going, there soon won't be no foreign goods or any other sort of goods in the shop, because nobody won't be able to afford to buy them.
Well, we won't have no inflation then either, because you can't have that, can you? Not if you ain't got no money. There'd be no shops open.
Oh, well, they couldn't afford to open, could they, if people's got no money to spend in them?
Be funny, wouldn't it? Be like having a Sunday every day.
Except there won't be no churches open.
No, of course not. Of course, same as the shop, see? It isn't worth their while to open if nobody's got no money to put in their collecting place.
Well, they've got to earn a living, I suppose, like everybody else.
There won't be no adverts on the telly.
Well, there's no point in advertising things what people can't afford to buy, is there?
Well, there won't be no telly. Of course, no one will be able to afford to pay the licence.
No, won't be able to afford the electricity to turn it on with.
No, we'll all have to sit in the dark. There won't be no trains.
No.
No, we'll all be stuck where we are, Mr. Garnett, unable to move.
Won't be no football. Or if there is, you won't be able to travel to see it.
I suppose the teams could play at home.
Well, they couldn't play away.
No, not without trains or buses.
Or if they could play, nobody'd be able to watch it.
No, because they couldn't afford to pay to get in there.
Couldn't show it on TV.
No, because there wouldn't be any.
And they wouldn't have no newspapers to read about it in.
The world could end and nobody would know.
And all because of Maggie Thatcher.
Shut up! Nothing to do with that woman, is it? It's your bloody unions, they're the ones I blame, and the newspapers. Bloody rubbish they print. They're moaning now, moaning about Russia wanting to march into Poland.
I thought you didn't like the Russians.
The more I don't, but you can learn off anyone. You can even learn off the devil sometimes.
You seem to have the way you talk sometimes.
I don't see no harm in that. Take a leaf out of their book. You see, your Russians want to march into Poland and smash up their trade unions. It's what we ought to have done in this country years ago, if only we had any decent leaders. It says here, says, yeah, your Russians are determined that their empire will never suffer from the virus and liberalism. Bloody right, too. What we ought to have done when we had our empire, we should have made sure that our empire did not suffer from the virus and liberalism. Exterminate your liberalism before it gets a chance to get hold of us. Who the bloody hell's that?
Open the door and you'll see.
I'll go.
If there's anybody selling anything, tell him he can...
Yes?
Oh, go and answer the door. Bloody women.
You seem to like them as prime ministers.
No, I don't. It's the trouble with the country today, isn't it? Putting a bloody woman in charge. I mean, there's bloody women everywhere.
It's a milkman.
What's he delivering letters now, is he?
Oh, it's from your Rita. Says she's coming down on Sunday. She's bringing your grandson, Mr. Garnett. That's nice, isn't it? They're catching the 10 to 10 train. Be here in time for lunch.
Oh, that's for me, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I must have opened it by mistake.
By mistake? What do you mean, by mistake? You can read, can't you?
Not without me glasses, Mr. Garnett.
But you're wearing your glasses, aren't you?
Oh, am I? Oh, do you know, sometimes my eyesight's so bad that sometimes if I didn't feel them on my nose, I wouldn't know whether I had them on or whether I hadn't.
But you managed to read the bleeding letter all right, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I like reading letters.
And the address? What did the address say? Who was it addressed to?
Well, us, wasn't it? It was addressed to us.
Us?
Yes, us.
Mrs. Alfred
Garnett.
Yes, Mrs. Alfred Garnett.
Yes, I know. That is what I said. Us.
No, not us. Mrs. Alfred Garnett.
Well, that is us, isn't it?
No, it ain't bloody well us.
Well, it come here, didn't it? The postman, he pushed it through our letterbox. It was sent to us, I was sure it was. Look here, look. Mrs. Alfred Garnett. That is us, isn't it? That's us.
Yes. This is us. Us. But not you. You are not Mrs. Alfred Garnett. Not.
I know I'm not. And I'm sodding pleased I'm not, if you don't mind me saying so.
So am I.
What?
Sodding pleased you ain't Mrs. Alfred Garnett. Look, when someone writes a letter, they put the name and the address of the person they want to receive that letter on the envelope, right? Then they nick it. And they seal it down. And then they put a stamp on it. And on the stamp, there is a photograph of Her Majesty the Queen looking sideways. So's even she can't see what's in that letter because it's bloody private!
You've got 50p.
Hey?
For the milkman. You owe me 50p and I'm 50p short on his bill.
Oh, well, better write him out a cheque, I suppose.
Oh, you got one of them, have you now? That's posh, isn't it?
It's handy. It's your Barclays, isn't it? Got a card with it and all, see? Look at that. It's real plastic. There. Saves having to carry money about with you, see? I mean, none of your millionaires, none of your royals. I mean, Her Majesty the Queen, she don't carry money about with her.
Has she got a Barclay card too?
Will he take this?
Of course he will. It's a Barclays, isn't it?
What, for 50p?
Anything.
Oh. That'll come in handy, Mr. Garnett, when, you know, like we were saying, we run out of money. Won't affect you, will it? Because you'll be able to use that.
Come on, Grandad, we got you. No, don't hit me. Don't hurt me, please. I'm an old man. Don't hurt me. I ain't got the money. Please don't hit me. I'll give you a cheque. What's your name? Have you got a pen? Don't hit me, please. I'll write you out a cheque. Don't hurt me. Help! Help! I'm being mugged. Help! Help! Come back here, you cowardly little swines. I'll give you time, mug me, and knock your bleeding heads off. Old as I am, you bloody little cowards. Come back here.
Sir? Are you all right? Whatever's the matter, sir?
The
You all
cowardly
right?
little swine, you try to mug me.
Hello? What's going on?
Those boys, they tried to mug him, officer.
If you try and mug
know
me,
one of them.
you come back here. I didn't get a black belt for nothing, you know. Ooh. Look, all I'm saying...
Don't go on, Pop!
I'm not going on!
Shut up!
All I'm saying...
Just don't go on!
Nobody's going on!
You're going on.
I'm not going on. All I'm saying...
Don't!
He's here.
At least he's got hair.
Look, Esau...
What do you mean, Esau?
You know what I mean.
Oh, I don't know what you mean.
I was mad, wasn't I?
I don't believe you.
I was mad, wasn't I?
So you say.
I bloody was.
He was brought home in a police car.
How much they get off you?
Nothing.
Did they hurt you?
Not a mark on him. He had a white face and was trembling.
Anger.
Looked more like fear to me.
Yeah, but they picked on the wrong one when they picked on me, didn't they?
Yes, 'cause you saw him off, didn't you, Mr. Garney?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It was one of his sort.
What do you mean, Esau? He's not a mugger. Just 'cause young lads go around dressed in a different way to your generation, it doesn't make them criminals.
We didn't go around wearing dogs' collars and bloody safety pins stuck for our noses and feathers hanging out of our ears and our heads painted all different colours. Look at him. Can't he sit still? What's he made? He's got piles or something. What does he bloody look like? It's more like a bloody Red Indian than a human
You
being.
make me sick, you do.
They are nice colours, Mr. Garney. The red, white and blue, it's patriotic.
I'm patriotic, but I don't paint my head red, white and blue, do I? Look at him. He's been here 4 hours, he ain't said a bloody word yet.
Bless him.
Sits there with them things stuck on his ears, twitching.
Leave him alone.
Look, I'm entitled. He's my grandson, isn't he?
He's my son.
You're my daughter.
Don't rub it in.
Oh. Yes. Marvellous, isn't it, eh? Struggle all your life to bring them up decent. Oh, dear, yes. Work your fingers to the bone to give them a good start in life. Yes. Provide them with the best of everything. I've done my best. I tried to install some values into her.
Oh, God almighty, Argu's talking about values. The most bigoted, the most prejudiced. Stuff your values.
I brought you up to be respectable and to believe in God.
And you can stuff your God,
Oh,
too.
may God forgive you.
Because if your God is anything like the way you describe, you make him sound worse than Hitler. Because if you don't do everything the way your God wants it, he either tortures you for eternity or stuffs you on a big fire. Charming person, I must say.
About as charming as he is.
Look, his generation might kick over the traces a bit. That might cause a bit of aggro. There might be a few hooligans among them.
A few? They got season tickets down at West Ham now.
But it's only caused through frustration, because, let's face it, there's not much for them to look forward to in this society, which your generation helped to create.
Listen.
No, shut up. You listen.
Don't point at me.
You listen. They also don't kill off millions and millions of people in bloody senseless wars, do they?
Look, dear, all I was saying...
Just don't go on.
All I'm...
Just don't go on!
I'm not going on!
Shut up!
Here, it's finished. I've done it.
He has a good appetite.
Where's my pin? How can I eat Winkles without a pin?
Yeah, Grandad.
Piss off.
Suit yourself.
Is that all he does all day? Sit there with them bloody things stuck on his head?
Oh, don't start again.
He's wrapped up in his music.
Music? Bloody rubbish.
Everything you don't like or can't understand is rubbish to you.
Don't talk in your mouth, fool.
When I was a kid, everything I listened to or did or thought was rubbish to you. I wonder what rubbish you listened to when you was young. I wonder what rubbish you thought then. I know what rubbish you think now. Yeah?
I don't think he ever was young. He never listened to music or anything. All he ever did was stand about on street corners with a lot of other yobbos and annoy people, throwing stones at dogs, tying tin cans to cats' tails.
I can remember you when you was young, Mr. Garnett. Old Dewdrop, they used to call him. Yeah, 'cause he always had one hanging off the end of his nose.
Shut up!
He never used handkerchief, only his cuff.
Just like his dad. Coat sleeve Charlie, they used to call him.
All right, I'll go.
Don't know why I ever married into that family. I must have been mad.
Your family was nothing much to write home about.
It's the vicar.
Well, tell him to sod off. Only time you ever see him is when they're on a bloody hero. Bloody vicars, bloody churches. They talk about God, they do, as if he was some kind of special mate of theirs, as if it was him what's giving their jobs. They make me sick, they do. None of them's ever met him. Bloody sky pilots. Oh, blimey. Don't want to make them unemployed. Here, Maggie Thatcher ought to make them redundant and all, hey? Afternoon, Vic. I was just... you collecting...
I understand that you have accused several of my choir boys of attempting to mug you.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I was mugged.
Oh, no, you were not, Mr. Garnett. My young lads were doing their good deed for the day, helping the old folk here to cross the road in safety. They took you by the arm to assist you. But, according to them, you immediately became panic-stricken and began screaming for help and beseeched them not to hurt you. Don't hit me, you begged. I'm an old man. Then, after telling them you had no money, you offered them a cheque and fell to your knees in the road, pleading with them not to hurt you. Well, naturally, they were terrified by your so very obvious misunderstanding of the moment that they ran away. Now, these boys are of good character, and I must ask you to drop these most ridiculous charges otherwise. Action will be taken against you by their parents. Good day.
Offer them a cheque!
Did you tell them you had a bark?
Bloody row.
Coming for a walk on the front?
Oh, no thanks, Mum.
Oh, it speaks, it speaks.
Come on, we've come all this way to the seaside. We might as well go for a walk on the front, get some fresh air.
Oh, no thanks. Oh, give me the willies looking at all them old wrinkles creeping about. I hope I don't get old like Grandad. End of the line there, innit? Last stop before eternity. Here, Grandad, do they still have them wheelchair races down the front, do they? Do you go in for them, do ya?
Quiet! Oh, he's so cheeky. I don't know what to do with him sometimes.
I know what I'd bloody do with him.
Here, Grandad, my mate says all the old ones come down here to Eastbourne like elephants to their burial grounds. And he says the council's run out of ground for graveyards, so they're burying them at sea now, he says. He says they bury them by the boatload. He says, my mate, he says, all them white buildings down the front, they're hotels, ain't they? Yeah. Well, he says they remind him of them tombs like they used to bury the ancient Egyptians in. And he says all the hotels down here now make all the old ones like Grandad. He says they make them pay in advance now, he says. 'Cause he says they used to get stung by the old ones, them hotels did. Yeah, they used to book in like, and halfway through the week they'd sort of pass away without paying their bills, see? It was an old dodger, he says. Some of the old ones, crafty ones, they used to come down here to Eastbourne, book into one of the hotels and die before the end of the week. Bloody crafty old sods. Used to get their last few days here on Earth for nothing.
Well, he don't talk much, but when he does...
We haven't got long. I'm just going to say goodbye to Dad. Mike, come on. Dad! Dad! You little sod! Oh, I'll give you such a clout when I get you home.
Well, you and Dad did it once. You told me. You drew a face on his head and let him go out the pub like it. You and Dad are always laughing about it.
Quiet.
Oh, you're back, are you?
Dad, we've got to go, because otherwise we'll miss our train.
Oh, I'll walk up the station with you.
No, don't. It's...
You fancy a life,
No, you shouldn't, no.
Yes.
We'll all go, be a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Have a drink, and a few laughs.
What's the matter with her? Come on, then, teasy weasy. I'll buy you a stick of rock, eh? Here's me collar and tie.
I'll do it. Come here.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing.
Don't. You're making me head all wet. Evening, Vicar. We meet again.
Oh, I see you're a convert.
I go to church, yeah. My little grandson.
What?
Rainbow Nut, we called him.
Rainbow Nut?
Yeah. It's good, isn't it? Little Rainbow Nut, eh? We won again. Oh, the champion. Give it, young Pikey. Yeah, mate, we won again. Have a drink with the hammers. Here, darling. We are the champion. Yeah, give it a crossing. Like, bang. Hey! We won again, mate. We won again.
Ticket.
I got a ticket, John. Don't worry about that. All right. I won't travel with a ticket. Here, I'll hold that. That's it. A ticket. Yeah. Offside. Oh, yeah. Ticket. Yeah, your ticket. And I'll have my rattle. And you have that, John. You can drink to the hammers, see? Say after me. Up the hammers. Up the iron. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Football hooligans, getting them all ages now.
We won again. Oh, that's a minute. God. Bloody fool. I could be bloody careful. You should drive more careful, mate. The light was red. Yeah, well, you shouldn't go for a light when it's red, should you? You're drunk. I'll give him bloody drunk. I'll give him bloody car drivers. I'll have them all. Yeah, give that body. Yeah. There it is, right? The English Channel. There it is! The English Channel! Hey! Kept all your wogs out, that didn't it, eh? All your bloody Spanish wogs, your bleeding froggy wogs, kept them all out, all your the Kaiser, Hitler, kept him out in it. Your British Navy. The British Navy sent them, you dare set one foot in that English Channel, boom, we'll have it. Fire number one gun, fire, send torpedoes, boom, boom. There'll be bluebirds, so there'll always be an England. There'll be... I will meet the... I'll go, sir. I'll tackle enemy. Single-handed. Fitzpatrick. Charge!
They must have won. And he got a key?
Yeah. Goes to Stacey's in, he can't find it. Beats me how he finds his way some nights. There'll come a night, perhaps, when he won't. God willing.
Come on, my dear. No. West Ham. Up the hands. West Ham. Now, listen. You're seeing Little Brooklyn. You're seeing Little Trevor. He coming down the wing. He give it a Billy Bond goal. We won. You're opinion, my dear.
I'm glad I wasn't.
No, this, because it was Mom. And give us a kiss. It's good.
I'm sure it was.
Is he going to lay there all night? I don't mind, but if he is, Do you think we could roll him either inside or outside? Don't matter which, so long as we can close the door, because there's a terrible draught. Come on, I'll give you a hand with him. Right.
Up today.
What's he been drinking, I wonder?
You ask me, it's not just drink you can smell.
I don't know why they do it. My Bert used to get himself into this state before the good Lord called him.
Put him on the wagon. I wish he'd call him.
Now I ain't even got a picture of him, my Bert.
Oh, I haven't got one of him either.
I thought I didn't need one.
I don't want one.
I thought I'd see him every day. I thought I don't need a picture. But now, I won't be able to see him every day.
I wish I wasn't able to see him every day.
He was a good man,
Yeah.
my Bert.
It's a shame the way the Lord takes some, leaves others. There's no justice, I don't think, sometimes. I mean, nice men, good men, they get taken before their time. And other men what should be gone, men what I think sometimes shouldn't never have been born, they keep on and keep on.
Do you want me to give you a hand putting him into bed?
No, thank you. I don't want him in bed with me, not the state he's in. Oh, if I could have my life over again.
I know what you mean.
You read this paper?
Yes.
Yeah. Lift his head up, will you?
Oh, darling.
Just in case he's ill in the night.
My back's giving me jip, dear. Oh! Oh, my leg's gone all funny. It's the old complaint.
Morning, Mr. Garnett.
Piss off. A terrible stiff neck. Sleeping on the floor all night, I suppose.
Well, you've got home in that state, falling in the house. Where do you expect to lay? I can't go lugging you about, lifting you up, laying you on beds.
Yeah, I saw that crowd down there, down at West Ham. I ain't seen him for a while, see? Not since we moved, that is. Have a drink, Alf, they say. It's hard to refuse, it is.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Have another, Alf, I said. I can't, I said. I've got to get home to Mummy. She's waiting up for me. Come on, Alf, I said. She won't mind. No hold else. You know what they're like.
Yeah, just like you.
My Bert was just the same. Teetotal, strict teetotal it'd have been if it hadn't have been for his friends. Took the pledge every morning, come home drunk every night. The only time my Bert was ever sober was when he couldn't afford to buy it. And his father was just the same. He used to beat the big drum at your temperance meetings when he could stand up, that was. Get out of the way.
Sorry.
There.
Where's mine?
With the state you was in last night, I didn't think you'd want any. I didn't think you'd be able to face breakfast, the state you was in.
Cup of tea, Mr. Garnett.
I want some breakfast.
Well, whatever you want, it's out there.
It's not my job cooking, it's...
Oh, what is your job then?
I've retired, haven't I? I'm past 65, I'm old age pensioner.
So am I.
I've retired from work.
So have I.
No, you don't expect me to keep on working, do you?
Well, you expect me to. I mean, you can retire from work, it seems, but I can go on till I drop.
Look!
Mr. Garnett, would you like me to cook you some breakfast?
Oh, thanks very much, Tar.
And what would you like,
I have the same as you had.
Oh, you can't have the same as what I had.
Why not?
No, you can't have the same as what I had. You can have similar.
Hey?
It's a joke, see? You can't have the same as what I have, 'cause it's all gone. See, I've ate it.
Oh, yeah. I get it, yeah. Very funny. All right. I'll have similar.
And how do you like your tomato cooked?
I'll just fight up with the other things with the egg and bacon.
Afraid there isn't any bacon out there. Well, I mean, I didn't get any yesterday because I thought there'd be enough, see? But when I come to look this morning, there was only the 2 rashers. That's why I give you the other 2 eggs to make it look something.
Oh, so there's no eggs, eh?
No.
Here, how about cornflakes, eh? They're filling. There's vitamins and iron in them, it says so on the telly. And there's a whole steak in a pint of milk.
There ain't no milk. You haven't been yet.
Oh, well, what about having hot water and sugar on them? Yes, you put plenty of sugar on them and you'll never notice that there ain't no milk. Or, hang on, there's baked beans on toast. Just a minute. Oh, no, sorry, we ain't got no baked beans. It's tomato on toast or tomato on fried bread.
I'm afraid you won't find any bread out there.
No bread, oh. There's cake. Tomato and cake.
Don't you ever do no bloody shopping!
I do what I can on what you give me. I mean, all that money you spent on drink down at West Ham, I could have filled that food cupboard. You can't have your cake and eat it.
There's a piece of cake here that you can have and eat.
Shut up, you!
Oh, come on, with your sense of humour. It won't do you no harm to go without your breakfast for once. I should think you could do with it after yesterday. Give you a good clear out. Give you a nice big appetite for your din-dins.
I'm going out the pub!
Hope you don't come home drunk again.
He ain't got no money.
Bloody hell, look at that! Electric light bill, £60 for 1 bloody quarter.
Well, told you everything would be more expensive here in Eastbourne, didn't I?
Nothing to do with Eastbourne. Electric light's the same price anywhere, isn't it? Same bloody bulb stuck in the same bloody ceiling, isn't it?
Should have gone to Southend, like I said.
Yeah, but I didn't want to go to Southend, did I? It's too near your bloody sister for a start off.
Well, the electric light bill was cheaper in Wapping, wasn't it?
So it might have been, my dear. But we didn't have early rooms in Wapping, did we?
She'll hear you.
I don't care if she does.
Anyway, we didn't have all the things in Wapping what we've got here, did we?
What things?
Well, central heating. We didn't have that in Wapping. That's why your bill's so high.
Central heating ain't electric, is it? Central heating's gas.
It's just the same, isn't it?
How is it? How is it the same? How is electric the same as gas? Bloody women!
Well, it's just another expense, isn't it?
I'll tell you what the trouble is here, my dear. It's 2 households living together. That's what it is. It's her.
Well, you invite people to come and stay with you. You must expect to pay out more, mustn't you?
Excuse me, I didn't invite her to come here and live with us. You invited her.
But she paid half towards this bungalow.
It's not the point, is it? She gets her bloody share, don't you worry about that. All right, she may pay half towards the cost of everything.
No, she don't.
She don't?
She don't pay half.
What do you mean she don't pay half?
She pays a third.
Only a third?
Well, that's fair.
Fair?
Well, there's 2 of us. There's only 1 of her.
But that don't matter. It don't matter how many of her there is. I mean, pay your electric. With your electric, it don't matter if there's 10 of her, do it?
There aren't 10 of her, is there?
I know there aren't 10 of her. I can count. I was just saying, just give an example. Look, I'll show you. If you turn the light on in a room, it don't get any cheaper because there's only 1 of you in that bloody room, do it? I mean, it don't matter if there's 10 of you in there, 50 even.
Oh, you wouldn't get 50 in that room.
But it's still the same bloody bulb, innit?
I doubt if you get 10 in there even.
But it's still burning the same amount of electricity.
There's hardly room for minutes.
Will you shut up, you silly moo? Look, I'll show you. Look. Now, there's you and me and Min, little short ass, sitting here watching the telly, right?
I wouldn't want to sit and watch the telly with you. Pig.
If you'd shut up for a minute, you might bloody learn something. As I was saying, there's you and me and Min sitting here watching a telly.
Well, I'd rather sit next to her then.
And burning a light at the same time. And say one of us gets up and leaves the room.
That'll be me.
You come back here and sit down. Don't matter who leaves the room. It's purely hyper-theoretical. As I was saying, suppose one of us gets up and leaves the room. Don't get any cheaper, do it. Say 2 of us gets up and leave the room. Don't get any cheaper, do it. If all of us gets up and leaves the room and still leave the light and the telly burning on our own, it don't get any cheaper, do it.
If you say so.
But it don't do it!
Well, I don't know why you want the light burning when you've got the telly on.
I've told you, frightens all for burglars. There's some think we're still up.
If they hear the telly, they know you're still up.
Ow.
Mind the sauce.
Oh. Look, another thing. We share this house between all of us, right? You and me and her. She's got her half and we got our half. But when you think about it, my dear, she's better off than we are, isn't she? Because she's got her bed and her bedroom all to herself, whereas I have to share my bed and my bedroom with you.
Worse luck.
All right, we share this living room between all of us. Share the lab and a bathroom.
Well, we use more water in the bathroom than she does.
Who does?
We do. I mean, we have more baths than what she does.
I don't. She's never out of that bloody bathroom. Morning, noon and night she's sat in here. That's where all your electric money's going, eating up the bloody water for her. Once a week I use that bathroom, if that.
Yeah, I can tell that by the sheets on your side.
Bathroom is free, is it?
No, it ain't free. It's a bloody trouble. Wow. Have to bath like she does. Nobody'd be that dirty.
I know somebody.
Well, she's got her arthritis and the water in her knees because she's never out of that bloody bath. Takes all the natural oils out of her skin, lets her damping, all sorts. It wouldn't surprise me if that ain't why she's so bloody short-sighted. She never used to bath like this in Wapping. It's a fad with her, that is.
Well, she never had a proper bath in Wapping. None of us did.
But we managed to keep ourselves clean, though, didn't we?
I did.
Since she's come down here and discovered that bloody bathroom, it's like a new toy to her.
How can bathing make you short-sighted?
Because. And what about the groceries, eh? I suppose she's only paying a third towards them, is she?
She only eats a fair share.
I had no bloody breakfast yesterday, did I? No breakfast Sunday morning. Who had my share then, eh? Lucky little midget. She turns that electric heater on there when she goes in there, you know.
Well, no, that's what it's for.
I'll be falls in a bath with her one day, that's what. I think I'll get her insured. And then I'll loosen the screws on that thing. And when she pulls that string, bang! Straight in the bath with her. Psst. We're frying tonight.
Hey, what's that?
Nothing.
You're wicked, you are.
And the fruit. Who pays for the fruit?
We all do.
I don't eat fruit, nor do you.
She's always been used to a fruit bowl.
Bloody liar.
What's that then?
Thought you was having a bath.
Oh, yes, I am, but the water is too hot at the moment. I've got to wait until it cools down.
When you use the bath, my dear, you are supposed to mix the cold with the hot and make it the right temperature for you.
Yes, I know that, Mr. Garnett. But I prefer to fill the bath with very hot water, and then I'll wait for it to cool down. That way, you see, it is better for my skin. The hot water's more softer, you see.
But it makes having a bath a bloody sight more expensive, doesn't it?
No, Mr. Garnett. No, it don't cost no more. That water was hot already. Look, the water in there is boiling hot, but you don't wish to use it, Mr. Garnett, and nor does Mrs. Garnett. So I use it, see? And that saves wasting it. See, that way, 3 people can live as cheaply as 2 because nothing is wasted. Everything gets used up.
I don't know where you learnt your bloody economics. I mean, the government wouldn't dream of running a country the way we run this house, would they?
Oh, wouldn't want them to.
I mean, any government knows that 3 people can't live as cheap as 2.
Mrs. Thatcher don't want nobody to live cheap.
Look, forget Mrs. Thatcher.
Willingly.
Who keeps putting dead matches back in a bloody box?
You were saying, Mr. Garnett, that 3 people can live as cheap as 2.
No, I wasn't. I was saying that 3 can't live as cheap as 2. Unless the other one puts in her fair share.
Yes, like we all do.
I mean, ask any government, ask your Labour. Even they know there's no way that 2/3 of the country can support the other third.
No, not unless each one puts in their equal fair share.
Got more bloody job centres in this country now. We've got factories.
Well, when you've got 2.5 million unemployed, you've got to have somewhere for them to go, haven't you? I mean, you can't expect them to sit at home all day under their wives' feet, getting in her way, preventing her from getting on with what she's got to do.
Look.
And they've got to be kept. I don't know how.
Look.
Where Mrs. Thatcher's going to get the money from, I don't know.
Look.
She must be a better housekeeper than what I am.
We kept that scouse git for years, didn't we, eh?
Young Michael.
Young Michael. He was unemployed when there was full employment. That was 1/3 keeping 3/3 then, wasn't it? Eh?
Rita went out to work. She brought money into the house.
Not after the baby was born, she didn't. And then, my dear, it was 1/3 keeping 4/3 then, wasn't it?
No, Mr. Garnett, you didn't. You couldn't.
Eh?
You couldn't, see? 1/3, you can't keep 3/3. Because you're into 4s then, see? 1, 2, 3, 4, there's your 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's your 5s. Now, what you done, you was 1/4 keeping 3 other 4s, see? But when the little baby arrived, you become 1/5 keeping 1, 2, 3, 4 other 5s, see? It's simple, really. Oh, me bath.
I see Lady Muck's only eating halves now.
I'll make that into a nice fruit jelly.
Ah, dear, the water's too cold now. That's talking, that is. Never mind. Bag's more hot where that come from, eh? Waste.
Shan't be long, go. Hello, dear.
Watch where you walk. Put mud all over that floor.
But I'm not putting mud all over the floor.
I've just cleaned that floor. You think all I've got to do is to clean floors so that you can come in and put mud all over them. You're mistaken.
I ain't put no mud on your floor.
Well, don't. I've got more to do than clean floors so that you can come in and walk mud all over them.
I ain't put no mud on your floor. Show me, go on. Where's the mud I put there?
I don't know why I bother. Spend all day cleaning just so that you can come in and drag mud all over the floor.
I ain't dragged no mud in.
I mean, there's a scraper out the front there to get the mud off your boots. But no, it's too much trouble to use that, I suppose.
I don't need to, look.
You'd sooner drag it in all over the floor. And what you want, anyway?
Nothing.
Well, what you doing in here, then?
I live here, don't I?
What's the matter? Brewers on strike?
Look, I'll come back to see you, dear.
Yeah, well, you've wasted your time because I've got no money to lend you.
I'll come back to see you. If you like, I'll come out and have a drink with me.
What's the catch?
There's no catch. I just thought maybe you and Min like to come out and have a drink with me, that's all. Where is Min?
Making the beds.
She ain't making our bed, is she?
Yes.
I've asked you not to let her make our bed. God, blimey, the way she makes it's like climbing a straitjacket.
Well, you don't like it, you do it yourself. Now, come on, move out the way. I've got work to do.
Well, look, leave the work. It won't matter for a while. Come out and have a drink with me.
I've already told you I've got no money to lend you.
Look, why is it every time I ask you to come out with me, you always seem to think there's some sort of ulterior motive?
Well, there usually is.
I'm your husband, and I...
Yes, you are. And in all the 45 years I've been married to you, I can count on the fingers of one hand the times you have sought my company.
No pleasing you, is there?
There we are, then. I've done the beds. Yours won't need making for another week. Hello, Mr. Garnett, you're home early. Pubs ain't shut yet, are they?
Look, I come back to ask you and her if you like to come out and have a drink with me.
Ooh, that'd be nice. But I must warn you, I ain't got no money to lend you.
I've got me bloody own.
Oh, it's all right. I'm only teasing. Come on, breath of fresh air. Leave the work. There's always work to do.
No, I'm not walking all the way up the pub. It's too far.
Oh, but that's the point, innit? You won't have to walk, my dear, will you? Because I've got transport outside, haven't I?
Transport? What transport?
Why do you think I'm wearing this?
Because you're stupid.
Thomas the Dustman, have you?
No, I ain't. Come on outside, I'll show you. Come on. It's out here.
What is it?
You'll see. Here. There it is.
What is it?
What do you think it is?
Is it ours?
No, it ain't ours, dear. It's mine, but you can have a ride of it.
Does it go?
Of course it goes. How do you think I got it here? I didn't bloody carry it home, did I?
I don't know. You keep on about how little money we got. Now we've got to keep on economising. You go and buy a thing like that.
But it's only 50 quid. God blimey, that's an investment, it is. It's all our transport problems solved at a stroke. Don't do 60 miles to the gallon, that will. 60 miles for £1.30. God blimey, I mean, we're three of us up. That's cheaper than your trains or your buses.
£50 for that?
Well, that's a bargain, 50 quid. It's worth more than that for scrap.
I should hope so. Because it is scrap, isn't it?
I'll trust you. Come on, girl. I'll drive you out the pub.
No, I'm not getting in that. Not with you driving it.
Don't be daft. God blimey, they're easy to drive, them things are. John could drive one.
Maybe.
Could I have a drive of it, Mr. Garnett?
No. But what are you worried about? I drove it home, didn't I? I can drive that at a pub.
Yes, looks easy enough. I mean, it's only a bike, isn't it? It's a bike with an engine, isn't it? And you don't have to balance it, because it's got that other thing, that sidecar. That'll balance it, won't it, Mr. Garnett?
Be steady as a rock when she gets in it, eh? Plenty of ballast there, girl, eh? Anyway, I drove one of them things during the war.
So you say.
I did. I was a dispatch rider for General Montgomery, wasn't I?
You never left Wapping during the war.
I was a dispatch rider for Monty in Wapping.
It was in Home Guard.
That's right, Home Guard. I was guarding Wapping, wasn't I? See, Wapping was a highly strategical place during the war. And I was taking messages, well, dispatches really, from Monty's headquarters to all his other generals.
What's Monty doing in Wapping?
He was fighting his second front in Wapping, wasn't he?
I never heard of Monty being in Wapping.
Not that Monty.
Oh, blimey, they didn't broadcast it, did they? They kept that secret where he was.
Anyway, second front wasn't in Wapping. Second front was over the other side somewhere.
I know where the second front was, my dear. Second front was in France, eventually. But Monty started it off in Wapping.
Well, I would have thought he'd have started it somewhere more like here.
So would I.
Beside the seaside.
He couldn't start it for somewhere like here, could he? Because they ain't got no bloody docks here, have they?
Oh.
Not near Eastbourne. He needed docks to load up his boats, didn't he? That's why he was down in Wapping. I mean, blimey. We had some of the biggest docks in the world down there in Wapping. Your East India Dock, your Royal Albert, your Victoria Docks.
Liverpool Dock.
I mean, that was all docks, wasn't it, down that side of the road, from Wapping right past Canning Town. Till the bloody Union shut them all down. I mean, there's no other suitable place for Monty to start his second front from except Wapping.
Well, it's the first I've heard of it.
Well, they kept it a secret, didn't they? I mean, I couldn't tell you that we were starting our second front in Wapping because I didn't want to worry you. Anyway, all of us headquarters staff swore to secrecy. See, we was all under what was known in them days as your Official Secrets Act. It's more than our lives are worth to tell. I mean, remember what they used to say during the war? Careless talk, cause...
Lies,
No, my dear. I couldn't tell you. Not even if I wanted to. And as I say, you'd have only worried.
Headquarters staff? I know you was in the Home Guard for a while.
But here you are.
Yeah, but you waited until the second front was well on the way, and there was no chance of any Germans getting here before you joined it.
Well, are you coming for a ride on my bike, or ain't you?
Mr. Garnett, do you think I could ride on the pillion? I've always wanted to be a pillion rider.
Right. Yeah.
Suppose I'll have to. But I shan't enjoy it.
Come on, get a bloody move on! Hurry up, come on! Don't hold me so tight, I can't... Get off!
I said it's not fire!
I can't hear ya! Come on! Come on!
Why is it so slow?
The accelerator! The seats are stuck! Bloody hell!
What?
Never mind!
It's not much faster than walking, is it? Not as fast as walking. It's more comfortable, though. It's like sitting down walking, only slower. Turn left here.
I can't turn left!
Yes, you can. It's a left turn.
It may be a left turn, but the bike can only turn right. Bloody steering's on a blink. Put your arm down. Put your arm down.
Well, that's the way we want to go.
Come on.
Won't you go any faster?
I told you, it's the accelerator. It's stuck.
But if we keep on turning right, we'll end up where we started.
Come on. It's going uphill, you see. Steep gradient, this one. Come on. Steep hill, this one.
I've had enough of this. I'm going to walk. Pull up over there.
Come on. God's truth. good riddance. Bloody panic! Hey!
Shut her up, Mr. Downey!
I'm trying to, ain't I?
Shut her up!
Ben, I'll put the kettle on.
I'll see if I can mend it. Go and open the garage doors. Go on.
Oi! Dumped that there, have they? Bloody vandals done their old rubbish anywhere. I shouldn't move it if I was you, Mr. Garnett. Get in touch with the council, let them move it. It's their responsibility, not yours.
Mr. Garnett! It's on the table!
Mum, when you rang and said that Dad had got a motorbike, I nearly died laughing.
It's got a sidecar. Took us for a ride in it, me and Min.
Yes, we went round and round and round.
Probably. Well, it's a bit slow. And it can't turn left, only right. And when we got back, the accelerator, what had been stuck...
Become unstuck,
and he drove it
right through the back of the carriage.
Hello, mate. What?
Yes, Dad.
Oh, thanks very much, tar. Hello. All right?
All right? Yeah, fine.
Grandad?
Yeah, Grandad.
You stay here for...
Shut up, we just got here.
This is cold.
Whose fault's that?
No, obvious, innit?
You've got a motorbike, Dad?
Yeah, I got my own wheels now. Of course, you need wheels in a place like this. Because I ain't got a bus service like you've got in Wapping, see? Well, there's no need of it, really, because... round here, you see, in your Eastbourne, they all got their own private wheels.
Gonna give us a ride in it, Dad?
Yeah, later on. Have a drive up the front, if you like. I mean, if you let me know, I could have met you at the station. Oh, well. Better get back to the old garage, give it a look at, check the old recommended tyre pressures there, have a look at the oil. It's the maintenance what takes up the time, you know.
In the 4 days since he bought that bike, he's had all his meals out in that garage.
Sitting up in the sidecar.
Doesn't he ever drive it?
Yeah, round and round the block, drives all the neighbours mad.
He drives round the pub as one drives back. Then he drives round the pub again as another one drives back.
He has to go the long way round because of only turning right.
He did about 18 miles yesterday and he only went up there 3 times.
Where is this pub?
It's just over there. You can see it from the does the shopping. Never done that before. But on that thing, he's round and round the shops all day. Young Michael, what you got in that bag? Come to stay, have you?
I don't know what he's got in there, won't tell me. I say to him, what you got in there? And he says, nothing. When he goes out, I say to him, where are you going? And he says, nowhere. When he comes back, I say to him, what have you been doing? And he says, nothing. He goes nowhere and he does nothing. I don't know. What have you got in there?
Nothing.
Yeah? Where'd you get it?
Nowhere.
See? Let's have a look.
No!
What?
It's a present for Grandad, that's why.
Present for Grandad? From you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, every hour he does that.
The neighbours are getting the petition up against him.
He hasn't looked at the telly since he had that thing.
No, he just lives outside in the garage with it.
Wonder he doesn't bring it into bed with him.
Well, he did go to bed with it one night, because I went in there in the morning to bring him a cup of tea, and there he was, sitting up in the sidecar with his goggles on, fast asleep. He was all covered up in maps. I think what it was, he was trying to work out a good way to get from Eastbourne to West Ham without turning left.
Did you hear that, Reet? There's a bit of engineer, all right.
How, Grandad?
Oh, thanks so much, son. Top. Oh, dear, it's a lot of work here.
Go on, Michael.
I've got a present for you, Grandad.
Present for me?
Yeah. You got to shut your eyes, Dad. It's a surprise.
Yeah, all right. Oh, blimey. All I've got from some people Christmas time, isn't it?
No peeping.
All right.
There you are.
That's a skid lid. This is what I wanted. Thanks very much, son. You have to have one of these by law, you know.
Dad said every good Nazi should have one. Grandad?
Yeah?
Do you think when that prince, right, you know, Charles, when he gets married, he's going to marry someone like her, like your queen?
Of course. Of course he will. That's the hold up, isn't it? Try to find someone like her.
Well, I don't know, man. If I was the Prince of Wales, right, and had all his money, I'd go for someone more like your Raquel Welch or your Britt Eklund. You know, someone with a bit of form on them.
Your roars don't marry for that! Dirty-minded little punk kid.
He's only joking.
Joking?
It's fixed who Charles is going to marry anyway. Lady Diana Spencer.
You'll never marry her.
He loves her, it's obvious.
Oh, yes, he does, Mr. Garnett. It's said so in tidbits. But one of them papers.
Nice house they got, though, innit? Is that their passage where they keep their bikes?
You understand why intelligent people not only want their own private wills, but also want their own private schools, where their children can be taught all the right things to think and to say, things that their parents who are paying the money approve of. So those children can grow up respecting their parents and believing in all the things that their parents believe in, and none of this arguing all the time and trying to prove people who are right wrong.
More cake, Michael.
If you'd stop stuffing your face with cake and pay attention, you might learn something. Bloody rainbow nut. Well, your roars don't marry for love. God, blimey, can't imagine young Prince Charles coming home and saying to his mother, Mum, I just met this girl up the Odeon. Can I bring her home for Sunday tea? He has to marry who he's told to marry. He'd have a bit more respect for his parents than to marry someone who they might consider was beneath him.
Let you consider I did.
I never said that.
You've never stopped saying it.
Well, it's true, innit? You could have done a lot better to marry that ignorant, lazy, good-for-nothing scars git.
Father you're talking about.
Well?
And my husband!
I am not talking about your husband. I'm talking about Prince Charles. His has to be a marriage of convenience. He could sow his wild oats, so he'd be allowed to do that. He's already done it, if the truth be told, but he's kept his nose clean while he's been doing it, because there's never been a breath of scandal about that lad. Mind about laughing. Ain't been easy for him, is it? With your William Hockey and your Nigel Dempsey and all the other media spying and prying on everything your royals say or do. You see, in the old days, when a King of England went to one of your foreign laws and said, I am prepared to take your daughter and to share my throne with her and let her sit upon my right hand.
Because he couldn't turn left.
He wasn't inferring that he loved her. Oh, no.
No.
No. He was doing a deal, striking a bargain. And a bloody hard bargain it'd be and all. He'd say to her father, he'd say, in return for this honour, I am prepared to bestow upon your daughter and you, I shall want, and then he'd state his terms. He'd say, I shall want this and that and the other.
Especially the other.
Doing that way, we wouldn't have to go to war with them.
I don't care what you say, Dad. I bet Prince Charles marries Lady Diana Spencer.
And I'll bet you he don't.
I bet she does.
My head all wet now. I bet you he don't.
I bet you he does. Come on, Mike.
Here, if you're going to take him to the station, you better leave now, just in case.
Just in case what? I think she's going potty in her old age, that one.
Ta-ra, Nan.
How about that?
Anyway, I bet you she don't.
Bet he does.
I bet you she don't.
Oh, it's cold on this.
Here, Uncle. Have a swig of this.
No, thanks.
Keep you warm.
You shouldn't drink that while you're driving.
Don't you start nagging. Lord, you get worse than your mother, you are.
They catch their train all right?
No, we didn't. We got stopped by the police and he got breathalyzed.
Oh, he's only had that bike a week and he's lost his licence already.
Oh, I ain't. It's for your mistake, my dear, innit? So I never had a bloody licence, did I?
Are you sure you ain't been messing about with it? Been nearly 10 hours now, ain't it?
If you count the morning.
Of course I'm counting the morning. Your morning's all part of your day, ain't it?
If you say so.
What do you mean, if I say so? It is, isn't it? Can't have a day without a morning, can you?
If you say.
Well, of course I bloody say. Silly move. I mean, everybody knows you can't have a day without a morning.
If you say.
Look, if people woke up to a day what hadn't had no morning to it... Oh, what's the point of talking to her? Anyway, fat pudding. Don't know what school she went to, if any. Look, you don't know nothing about geography or... What's that?
Astronomy.
Well, you know, but she don't.
Wouldn't be the first time you've woke up to a day without no morning.
What are you on about? When? When have I woke up to a day that ain't had no morning?
Many times.
When? Go on, tell me when. When have I ever woke up to a day that ain't had no morning to it?
When you've been up half the night drinking.
My Bert.
You don't suffer from mornings after the nights before. What you suffer from is afternoons after the nights before.
My Bert.
But shut up! Just because some days I ain't got up, it don't mean to say there ain't been no morning, do it?
4 o'clock the afternoon, got up the other day. Wasn't much morning to that day, was there?
Only because I laid in bed. Other people had their mornings all right. How do we get involved in this bloody silly argument anyway? Listen, my dear, on a point of information, every day has its morning, see? And every day has its afternoon. And it's evening and it's night.
No, and it's tomorrow.
Shut up. And if a day come along with one of them bits missing, if a day come along without a morning or an afternoon or an evening or a night, we'd soon bloody hear about it. Don't you worry about that, my dear.
Oh, yes, Mr. Garnett, we would. It'd be in all the papers. I can just see the headlines. England loses morning. Who's had it? I bet they'd blame the Russians again.
No, but it couldn't happen, could it? It's an interstellar impossibility.
Anyway, I wasn't talking about losing mornings.
Bloody hell! Who was then? Who was? Hey? Was it Her Gracious Majesty there? Was she talking about it? Or Sir Winston here? What about the operator? Operator! Operator, was you talking about all them missing mornings? Or what about him under the bleeding table here? Hey? Or her? Little Alice flew down here. What about her? Was it you talking about all them missing mornings?
Have you finished?
Pudding!
I was talking about television mornings. You said set had been out of order for 10 hours. And all I said was, you can't count the mornings because there ain't no telly on in the morning.
Of course, there's bloody telly on in the mornings.
No, Mr. Garnett, there isn't. No, not proper telly.
There's pictures on there, isn't there?
Oh, yes, there's pictures come on there, but they're not proper telly pictures.
What do you mean they're not proper telly pictures? They come on the telly, don't they?
Yes, they do. They come on there, but they're not proper telly pictures because they ain't got no story. I mean, you take that test car comes on there with that little girl in the middle. Well, that's a picture, and that's got nice music, but they ain't got no story.
I met the mother of that little girl once.
She's not a little girl now, surely.
No, they're a grown woman. Children of her own, most likely.
She still looks quite young, though, doesn't she, when she comes on there?
The little girl does, not the mother. I mean, she was quite old when I first met her.
Oh.
What are you bloody talking about?
About not having proper pictures on the telly, Mr. Garnett. Pictures with stories, see? Look. Here, 9:30 a.m, schools. Pictures, but no stories. And you wouldn't want that, would you?
Wouldn't be up in time, would he?
Also, look, writers' workshop about books, social science, experimental chemistry, A level.
A level.
That's what I said, A level.
Well, you wouldn't be interested in any of that.
How do you know what I'm interested in and what I ain't interested in, my dear?
Because when them things come on there, you just sit and swear at it. Threaten not to pay your licence money anymore. Her husband was quite old, too, now come to think of it.
Oh, shut up, you silly moot. Oh, God. Oh, bloody knee. Oh.
Serve you right.
Here. Which would you rather miss, Nationwide or Crossroads?
What are you talking about?
Well, we got that set on RTV, haven't we? So we're sitting here missing Crossroads. But if I was to switch over to the BBC... Now we're only missing Nationwide. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it.
I think she has.
What?
Got a bloody screw loose.
Ta-da! Oh, remember these?
Oh, he won't listen to that. He's got no pictures. He won't read newspapers that haven't got no pictures. He's a Tory, but he won't read the Tory newspapers, won't read the Times that ain't got no pictures. Reads the Sun, Daily Mirror, because they've all got lots of pictures.
What are you going on about? I read the Daily Mail and Daily Express tonight. They're both Tory newspapers, aren't they?
Yeah, they got pictures too.
Here.
Boom, 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 boom. Remember that? Used to be the Times still before the news during the war. Yeah, marvellous, eh? Got to write a song around it now.
Marvellous.
Oh, it ain't marvellous, it's bloody rubbish. Sounds like crap your grandson, young Rainbow Nut, listens to, doesn't it? Boom, 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 boom. Government oughtn't allow them to do it. It demeans it does. That sound meant England's talking during the war. And everyone throughout the whole of occupied Europe is to sit there fervently glued to their wireless sets, waiting for that sound to come on. Because they knew that it meant us, Great Britain, their saviours. We're still here, this side of your English Channel, preparing, getting ready to give the crowd a bloody great whacking he was asking for. And now some drug-crazed pop poof has gone and made a song about it. I'll write to Mary Whitehouse, that's what I'll do.
I don't know what you're going on about. Not doing nobody any harm. I mean, if the kids want their music, well, they're better off listening to music like that than going to football and fighting and sticking knives in people.
Turn that rubbish off. Anyway, for your information, my dear, now that Aussie git, that Rupert Murdoch from the penal colonies has bought your Times, we might get some pictures in it, mightn't we? And then I might buy it, mightn't I? Yeah. With them big pages your Times has got, there'll be big pictures and all, wouldn't they? Blimey. Imagine page 3 that size.
Filthy pig.
Thing.
That won't start till the engineers come.
All day long I've been ringing that bloody number. Either they've got the phone off the hook because they're snowed under with complaints, or that rental set is such bloody rubbish that the workforce is out all day busy bloody mending them. I don't know. It's typical, isn't it? Bloody typical. Great nation like England can't even make a TV set that works.
Get a Japanese one.
I don't want no nip TVs in here, thank you very much. Should have never let them little yellow bastards in the country in the first place. That's and bloody hell.
Well, you're always moaning about British Leyland.
Yeah. I suppose they're bringing the Tojos in to get the whip out. Get some of our lazy British car workers to build a few cars for a change. Same as they got our troops to build the bridge over the River Kwai for them. I can see it now. All our lads marching off to the factory with Mr. Tojo behind them with his whip out. I'll give you work to rule, you bolshy British bastards. I'll work my boots 6 lace holes up your jacks, you don't get to move on. serve them bloody well right. They've been asking for it. Oh, isn't it bloody fair, eh? You are a TV set, so it's going to be more reliable, and the bloody thing don't work. Bloody hell.
Whatever did we do before we had TV?
It was a boon to me. Hope they repair it soon. He's impossible without it.
He's like a child without his dummy, isn't he?
Who bought this bloody rubbish? Sacred sexual rituals of the lower pygmies.
I brought that, Mr. Garnett. It was knocked down. I thought it might come in useful. Well, you can always learn something from somewhere. Do you want to borrow it, Mr. Garnett?
No, thank you. We don't want any of that.
And what's this, bloody home doctor?
I wouldn't read that if I was you, Mr. Garnett. That was knocked down as well. I thought it might come in handy, you know, like the other one, but I found I got every single symptom in it. Frightened myself to death, I did.
Let him read it, then.
What's a four-letter word?
Crap.
No, Mr. Garnett. Not supposed to put rude words on here.
Four. That's a four-letter word. F-O-U-R. Four.
Bloody brain of Britain, innit?
Well, what's an eight-letter word, then?
More crap. What do you mean you're lying, John? It's my line. Look, just listen, I rung the thing, John. It's my line. It ain't... It's my... You get off of my line. Look, it's my line, John. It comes out of where I'm speaking into it, down this curly thing into the receiver box, see? Which is black, John, like you are. I couldn't get a white one. I ran out of them, see? And then there's a lead. Comes out of the box, along the skirting board, out the front door, and wraps itself round the cotton reel, John. And that leads onto a big pole, John. Just like that blooming great tree you used to live up in, John. They don't understand how these telephones work, they don't. It's only a few years ago I was using pigeon post, eh? And banging on big drums. Boom, boom, witch doctor come quick. Auntie Nellie's gone sick. No, I ain't going to give you my address, John.
Right.
I am not frightened of him. I'm not frightened of you, John. Just don't want you and your tribe shaking your spears on my front doorstep, thank you very much. Lowering the tone of the neighbourhood.
Wouldn't dare say it to his face.
I don't want to finish up in your pot, John. I don't want to be your Sunday joint. Go on, piss off. Before I get me elephant gun, give you a blast down the telephone, eh? Unless you want to say hello to a Golden Gloves champion, eh? He's hung up. Oh, blimey. I don't know how these things work. He thinks I can put a juju on him. He thinks I can fire a gun down the telephone, hit him the other end. Bloody ignorant savages they are. What they're doing in Eastbourne, I'll never know. Oh, bloody hell, they're still engaged. I thought we left them all behind in the East End.
How do you know he's in Eastbourne?
Well, I'm in Eastbourne, my dear, and And I'm talking to him on my telephone in Eastbourne. Where do you expect him to be?
You say he's an ignorant savage because he don't know how the phone works. But you don't seem to know much better than what he does. I mean, you're on your phone in Eastbourne, but you can be talking to someone in Australia, and they are also on their telephone. Or do you think it's all done by shouting?
Why don't you come and play Scramble with us?
I don't play no bloody kids' games.
He can't spell.
I'll give you a game of cards.
I'm not playing cards with him. He even cheats himself at patience.
I don't mind. I'll play you. There. I'll for you.
I ain't playing for bloody matches.
I shouldn't play for anything else.
Well, I've got my pension, haven't I? So I don't mind having a little bit of a flutter.
What do you want to play?
Bridge?
That ain't a game of skill. I play a pontoon.
Pontoon? How'd you play that, then?
I'll teach you.
I'll watch to see you don't cheat.
Why don't you go and make a cup of tea?
Here. Pontoon. tune. It's not what they used to call that, called 21s. Yes, I know that. Bert and me played that on our honeymoon.
Couldn't you find nothing better to do?
Oh, stop. You.
Come on, cut for banker. Eyes goes banker.
Ah. But I don't want to be banker, Mr. Garnett. No, you go banker. My Bert always went banker.
Right. Ready?
What have I got to do now?
I thought you said you knew this game. Look at your card. And then you bet on it. See, and then I'll give you another card. And then you can either twist a card or you can buy another one.
I'll bet 50p.
Right.
What do I have to do if I've got 20?
Blimey, you ain't supposed to show them to me, you silly great faggot. That's illegal, that is.
It's not. No law to say you can't show your cards.
Pay 20s.
And what do I have to do then?
Pick up the money, my dear, it's yours.
Good.
And where's yours?
Well, I ain't...
I'll get you your checkbook, my dear.
I like this game, Mr. Garnett.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Ready?
Ooh. I'm going to bet £1 on this one. That'll give Mr. Garnett a chance to get his money back. Right. I'm going to buy one for £1 now. I'm going to buy another one for £1. And I'm going to buy another one for £1.
Well, that must have busted you.
No, it hasn't. Stop.
Pay 21s.
Oh, what a shame. Look, I've lost. I've only got 17 there.
No. Here, you've got a what's the name, a 5-card thing there.
5-card trick, have I?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You have to pay me. You pay me double for that, Mr. Garnett.
Yeah, I told you he cheated, didn't I? That's £8 you owe her.
Yeah, well, I can't use that. It's frozen, that is.
What?
The Bank of England has frozen all the assets till the crisis has passed.
You can't use that. That's a phone money.
Yeah, part of it's mine.
And mine.
I'm only borrowing it. I'll pay it back if I lose.
And another £1.
Oh, that must have busted you now.
No, it hasn't. Stop.
Pay 21s.
Right. 2 and 3 is 5. And 2 is 7. 2 is 9. 1 is 10. 4 is 14. 3 is 17. 1 is 18. And 3 is 21.
You've got 9 cards there. I can't allow that. No, you've lost.
Don't let him take your money. All you got to do is to throw away 4 cards and you've got another 5-card thing.
Oh, so I have. And you've got to pay me double, Mr. Garnett.
Yeah. I told you he cheated, didn't I?
I'm going out the pub.
Here, that's our money.
No, it ain't. It's the telephone money. And part of that is mine.
Cheat.
So, this hunky, Excuse me, Mrs. Hunky is a slang we have for white man. So, this hunky, he's got a wrong number. And he's talking to my cousin Winston. And he calls my cousin Winston. He calls him John John. He says to my cousin Winston, he says, few years back, you John Johns, he says, you was using pigeon post and banging big drums. Boom, boom, witch doctor, come quick, Auntie Nellie gone sick. Give me your address, Winston say. Give me your address. But this hunky, he say, no. I don't want your tribe coming banging their spears on my doorstep. No. He tell Winston, I don't want to end up in your pot. I don't want to be your Sunday joint. Winston is a vegetarian. He also Jewish, like Sammy Davis. So, if he eat meat at all, he won't eat pig.
National Front, was he?
Who?
This, honky.
He's a pig. Ignorant pig, too.
You know him?
No.
There you are. Your picture finished. Nice color, eh? Like me.
And Crooks!
That's Tottenham. That's Spurs. Garth Crooks, he's brilliant. He is magic. You mark my words. When England win the next World Cup, the only thing that is going to be white in the whole of the team will be their shirts. Come on, Garth, come on. Hey, come on.
He's good, the lad. He's good. He's got ball control, see? Go on, John John, you can beat him.
John John?
Give her one, didn't he? That's all right. So, large pink gin, right? And a large whiskey. Port, in it?
Yes, please. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Garnett.
Yeah, 3 ports. Right. Cheers.
Well, cheers. Good
Cock
help.
and knob. Good help.
I told him. I bet no way.
God, blimey, that one never touched the size, did it, eh?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it out of that. I have another one in there. Have one for yourself.
Oh, cheers.
Oh, and then we'll take port with the ladies
All right.
now. Whoop, blimey.
Steady.
Oh, it's flying up a bit out there, isn't it, eh? Yeah, mummy, I spilled a drop. Minnie? That's Minnie the moocher. Commander Kent.
Navy, are you?
No, I do boat trips during the season.
Yeah. Come, sit down. Oh, you haven't got a chair, have you? Come on, sit down. Can I have this one, Fred?
Yeah, you can have it.
Yeah, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah, join the ladies. Thanks so much, mate. And have one for yourself.
Oh, thank you.
See, as I was saying, the game of football has changed a bit since Liverpool was the side to be reckoned with.
Hey, what do you mean by that? Well, Liverpool was a side to be reckoned with.
Well, I mean, there's less kick and rush about it now, isn't there? Hey, I mean, West Ham's brought more skills to the game, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
Your West Ham's never beaten our Liverpool yet, have they?
What's that? he speak a bit... I can't understand a word he says.
West Ham's never
It's
beaten
funny.
Liverpool yet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll give you that, copper knob. No, but you can't live in the past, can you? All that yesterday's Liverpool, isn't it? Hey? West Ham's what the future holds. See, where you Scousers got it wrong, you don't mind me saying it.
No, that's all right.
I mean, you can't expect a little town like Liverpool compare with London, can you?
No.
Of course you can't. I mean, London is the jewel of your empire, isn't it? It's where Master Queen lives, where your parliament is.
Where your co-ops is.
Shut up. I mean, they're the best will in the world. You couldn't expect a Master Queen to live in Liverpool, could you?
No, nor your Prince Charles when he gets married.
No, I mean, let's face it, there ain't a house in Liverpool fit for the Queen to stay overnight in, let alone bloody live in, is it? You've got the trembles. Oh, you ready for another one, here?
Oh, very nice, yeah, don't mind if I do.
All right, a large pink gin for the Navy. You're not a Nancy boy, are you? No. I'll have another one in there, mate. Now, you see, what is Liverpool? What is it? I'll tell you what it is. It's nothing more really than a refuge, isn't it? For your Irish and your Taffies. I mean, what happened? I mean, your Mick. If your Mickey gets off a boat in Liverpool, right, with all his worldly belongings in a cardboard attaching case, couple of carrier bags, boom, boom, you know, as far as they can afford to go, innit? You know what I mean? So, hear me. They all wear wellies up in Liverpool. For best.
Hey, what are you wearing for best then?
What he's got on.
I mean, what about your Beatles? Beatles, no Maxie Bygraves, was they? Hey? I mean, she loves you, yeah. With a love like that, it can't be bad. I mean, it's hardly worth putting music to it, was it? Hey? See, another thing, typical your Scouse thinking. I mean, Liverpool, the guy up Israel, right? Paisley goes up. He buys himself a player.
Avicorn.
Who?
Avicorn.
No, it's not. What's his bloody name? Cohen.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Avi's his Christian name.
No, he ain't allowed to have a Christian name, mate. He's a Jew. That's the point. I mean, bloody Liverpool, they buy themselves a Jew. He's not allowed to play Saturdays, is he? Not unless he gets a special chip from the FA Rabbi. From the FA Rabbi, Jamil. Yeah? So that's the trouble at Tottenham, innit? I mean, they never play well at home, Tottenham. No, because most of the supporters, being of Jewish persuasion, you know, they have to break the Sabbath to drive the cars up the ground on a Saturday afternoon, see the team play. See, and of course, if the team lose, which they quite often do, if the team lose, they get very angry, don't they? And you can't blame them, can you? Because they have... Their team has made them commit a mortal sin once the team lose. Because why? What worries me is why Jimmy or the FA Rabbi, you know, why he's got himself involved in all that Arab football, I don't know. But unless he's going out there to sabotage and make sure they never get a decent team. Yeah.
Same way your Maggie Thatcher is sabotaging England.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's all down the corner shop. They're all saying down there that she's a sleeper.
Yeah, don't you, Kilby? And your Burgess and McLean's wife.
Yeah, that she was planted by the Russians. Recruited when she was at school.
At Cambridge?
Yeah. See, they was only poor people. Her dad was only a corner shopkeeper. Couldn't afford to keep up the school fees.
No. Of course, the Russian gold come in handy, didn't it?
And now she's Prime Minister, she can afford to pay them back.
By sabotaging England.
Yeah. It's all down the corner shop.
Yes, they're saying down there that she's going to have England down and out soon.
Yeah, everybody going round with begging bowls.
And that's going to save the Russians all the expense, you see, of dropping atom bombs on us.
Who told you this?
Yeah, it's all down the corner shop.
Yes, everyone down there knows.
Yeah. Here, and they say that when they catch her, they've got her escape already planned, like what's his name?
That Kilby and those others, your Burgess and McLean.
A load of bloody rubbish and bloody women. They'll believe any cobblers they will. I reckon your MI5, mate, ought to close that corner shop down. That's what I reckon. You ready for another one, Scouser?
Oh, yeah, twist me arm, yeah, lovely.
All right, yeah. Barman, large pink little crate. Oh.
Don't you think you've had enough?
Talk about enough. I was celebrating, right?
You don't need to celebrate to drink, you don't.
Oh, God. Thanks, mate. Ah, hey, we're at Wembley, aren't we?
There you go, Chief, that's
we're at
it.
Wembley with your Scousers.
Right.
We're staying. Hey, we're going to win the cup. I'm forever blowing a bubble.
All right, no singing in here.
You can stop your singing. No singing, mate. Stop it. Let have it. We're at Wembley. Wembley. We're going to win the cup. I'm forever blowing. Meet up my brown. Take up my brown. Oh, dear. Oh, God, I feel awful. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, God.
Do you want the doctor?
Doctor, no. What good's he? It's only the drink, that's all it is. It's a drink, that's all.
Oh, that's all it is it?
Hmm?
That's all it is. Well, I know if I went out and bought some sausages and cooked them for you, and after you've eaten them, your voice started to get all slurred. You started bashing into the furniture and falling over. And you was up half the night being sick. And in the morning, you was sweating like you are now, shaking, trembling. I called the doctor. And when I told the doctor that it was the sausages what had done that, he'd go and see the butcher, or somebody from the council would, and if that butcher went on selling sausages like that to people, they'd lock him up. But because it's in a bottle, you say, it's only the drink. Well, if you ask me, it's time you stopped drinking when it does that to you.
It was a port, dear.
Yeah.
Always does this to me, port does.
All that scotch you had didn't help much either.
It was the grape and the grain. Oh, God. Oh, never again.
You going to eat this breakfast?
Oh, God. Oh. Oh.
You go on like you're going on, you'll be ill.
I am ill.
There you are, then.
My Bert was the same. I was to keep on telling him he wouldn't take no notice. He was just like Mr. Garnett, he was. He was alcoholic.
Talking about I'm not alcoholic. Alcoholic, he wakes up in the morning shaking and trembling.
Like you do.
Like a drug addict, he needs a fix as soon as he wakes up.
Like you do.
I don't need a fix. All I need's a live and an ear of a dog, that's all I want.
So my Bert. He was the same, my Bert was. He was like Humpty Dumpty. He was good for nothing till he'd had something to put himself together again.
Oh, shut up! Oh, I mean, bloody alcoholic, I'm not alcoholic. Bloody alcoholics, they don't drink normal, they don't. I mean, not like I do. Bloody alcoholics, as they start drinking, they can't stop.
Nor can you.
I'm not drinking now, am I?
No, not now.
There you are, then. That's what I mean. If I was alcoholic, I'd be straight at it.
You will be. Straight at it, soon as they open.
Ear of the dog, yeah, I might have that. I mean, bloody alcoholics, they're dysmaniacs, they are. They have cravings, they hide the booze, they hide it up in lampshades and in wardrobes, hang it out the window. I don't do that.
No, you don't do that. You drink it. If he's not alcoholic, I'd like to see one. Drinks like a fish, he does. Wonder to me he hasn't grown gills the way he drinks.
My Bert was just the same. He used to know when it was opening time. even without looking at the clock. It seemed as though he'd got a little bell inside his head. He used to ring 10 minutes before they opened. He used to have a nap every Sunday afternoon. 10 minutes to 7 by the clock, he would be out of bed, getting dressed, and halfway up the pub before he was awake even.
Oh,
Bless him.
Most evenings he's up and staggering up the pub before he's even sobered up from lunchtime.
Oh, I'm going to be sick. Oh. Oh.
Don't sound too good, does he?
Can you wonder at it?
He sounds rather like my Bert did before they come and took him away.
I suppose I'd better phone the doctor.
Finish your breakfast first.
I'm going to.
Now then, you lay there, Mr. Garnett, and look after yourself. I got a bit ahead of myself there, didn't I?
Oh.
Is the doctor coming?
Yes.
Is he? Oh, isn't it marvellous, eh? Modern medicine. Getting doctors to come out and visit the sick. They wouldn't do that, would they? Not when we was young.
Oh, you can get them to come and see you now.
Oh, Kelly wouldn't. You remember him, old Dr. Kelly? He was the one they used to say that he ran a betting shop from his surgery. He wouldn't come out for no one, he wouldn't. He reckoned, see, if you couldn't make your way up as far as his surgery, there wasn't no point in seeing you because you was a goner.
He never did no one any good. Don't matter what was wrong with you, he only ever give you a bottle of coloured water, red or blue.
My mum used to swear by Dr. Kelly's coloured water. Not the blue, though. She wouldn't have the blue because she said that never did nothing for her. But his red, oh, we was all reared on that, we was. She used to dip our dummies in it, I say. What do you think I just done in there?
What?
I went and pulled the sheet right up over his head, see? Just as if he was, you know.
Don't raise my hopes.
Oh, what the doctor say?
Oh, it's as I thought, his liver. Shan't know how bad it is till he gets into hospital.
Oh, well, I've just been making myself a few sandwiches, see? I felt I couldn't eat no lunch. Not with Mr. Garnett laying there so ill. Would you like one?
No, I haven't got time. I've got to run up the shops before the ambulance comes.
Well, what do you want up there?
Pyjamas for him. Can't sleep in hospital while he sleeps in here.
I'll tell you what, I could lend him a pair of my Berts. There's no point in wasting money till we know how serious it is.
No. Here. The doctor says he's booked you into that new place up on the hill.
Yeah, I know.
But it's private. We're not private.
No, my dear. We're not private, but I am.
You mean you went private on your own and didn't include me? So that if I get ill, I can get into a queue for a National Health Hospital while you lay in that posh place up there on the hill.
I always told you I wasn't going into no Barbara Castle Labour Party bloody hospital. I always said if I was going to be ill, I wasn't going to lay in no overcrowded socialist hospital breathing in all them stinking rotten Labour Party bloody germs.
I can lay in one, though.
Always respected your principles, my dear. You always agreed with young Rita and that scarski husband of hers that you was against private medicine and all for your national wealth. Well, I wasn't.
You pig.
Oh!
Ooh, it went up like an ironing board.
You selfish pig.
What goes on in there?
That's where they operate on you. That's where they take you when they cut you open. Cut your liver up in there. Feed it to the pigs, I suppose. Bits that are no good. They should get a good feed off of him. That's if they'll eat it. Animals don't like their food saturated in alcohol.
Shut up. Oh.
He's really ill, isn't he?
Touch and go.
Poor Mr. Garnett, he had his faults.
He had those all right.
But he had his good point.
I can't think of any.
Mum!
You know what he was like, Rita?
Yes, I know, but you've been living with him all these years. You must have had some feelings for him.
I had feelings for him, but I wouldn't care to describe them. Anyway, I can't find his insurance or anything. Must have got mislaid in the move. If I'd known something like this was going to happen so soon, I'd have taken more care of it. When he goes and gets ill without any warning, he's left no will.
Well, he's got nothing to leave, has he?
He's got a bit in the bank. Anyway, I've got to get him to sign this before when he comes round.
What is it?
It's a bit of paper I've made out, leaving everything to me. But I've got to get him to sign somehow. It's no good you looking at me like that, Rita.
I wasn't looking like anything.
You was thinking, I could see it on your face. I mean, if he passes away before he's signed this, that money could be held up for a long time.
Don't he look peaceful laying there? Perhaps he's already on his way.
I hope not.
Oh, you do care, Mum.
I've got to get this signed first.
He'll have a lot of friends up there. Be a lot of people that he knows. My Bert, for a start.
If he goes up there?
Well, wherever he goes, he's bound to meet my Bert, isn't he? Because they was two of a kind, they was. So they're bound to end up in the same place. What you going to do with all his old clothes? Going to give them to Oxfam?
Don't think even Oxfam will want his old clothes.
I can just picture some little coolie with his begging bowl, wearing Dad's hat and his West Ham scarf. Dad.
Shh. I think he's asleep.
Oh, I wonder what he's dreaming about.
Opening time, I should think.
You...
Dad? Dad?
Oh.
Oh, Dad.
You sign this, dear.
I haven't got my glasses.
It's all right, I'll guard you. Alfred. Garnet.
Better off in hospital. At least they look after you there, care for you a bit. I'm not sitting here all night watching you stuff your bloody face. I'm going out the pub.
You can't, can you? Can't go up the pub.
Oh, yes, I can. No law says I can't go out the pub.
Well, you go up the pub. You want to sprout wings, you start drinking again. While you're up there, you better learn to play the harp.
A few weeks ago, he was at death's door. If he starts drinking again, he's a goner, just like my Bert.
Don't you worry. He won't start drinking again. He's more of a coward than he was an alcoholic. Would you care for a little port?
Oh, I don't think so. Well, perhaps a very little one. I'm not in a drinking mood tonight. I'll just have a little one. Ta.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Marvellous, isn't it? There's no bloody justice. I mean, people who don't even like drinking that much. People don't even enjoy a drink. They can drink to their heart's content because their liver's all right, but people who really enjoy a drink, people who really like drinking, they're not allowed to drink. The bloody livers let them down. Bloody hell.